seen a lot of students today walking around with white shirts and dark pants, and they're a godsend here to help us get where we need to be. In charge of the SIFE this year, I'd like to introduce Ms. Michelle Aiken and Mr. Terrence Young.
Hello everyone, I'm Michelle Aiken, this is Terrence Young, and we are this year's project managers for Merite University. On behalf of SIFE and Kennesaw State University, I would like to welcome everyone here. SIFE is short for Students in Free Enterprise, and we are an international student group that teaches us to apply the business concepts that we learn in class. But what makes it so special is that we try to always further our community while we're doing it, not just locally, but internationally also. This year's Merit Badge, we have about 90 other students that are helping us to run it. And Merit Badge is typically our biggest project that we take on. And I know that Terrence and I have both really enjoyed organizing it this year. We hope that you will also enjoy it today. Thank you.
Thanks, Michelle and Terrence. Obviously, this could not happen without the support of Kennesaw State University. And Dr. Gary Roberts from the Cole School of Business is the chief guy in charge of making this happen from the Kennesaw State.
Good morning. I'm the Professor of Management and Entrepreneurship, and on behalf of President Pat, I'd like to welcome everybody to the best university in the state of Georgia. Kennesaw State University is the third largest, and our football team remains undefeated. I wanted to tell you that both Michelle and Terrence graduated this year, and they're looking for jobs. And so if you want a business major who is capable of managing large projects, working well with people, come talk to Terrence and Michelle anytime today, and they'll be happy to talk to you. Plus, any of the white-shirted, black pants people are probably worthwhile talking to about jobs also. So please, businessmen, women, organizational representatives, take a look at our students, because they do better. They do things more than just take tests well, all right? A special thanks to the Georgia Credit Union, who's helping us out today with the American Business Merit Badge. And then finally, if you see Boy Scouts walking around selling muffins, that's part of the Salesmanship Merit Badge and the Entrepreneurship Merit Badge, which I'm the counselor on. So buy those muffins so those boys can earn their badge, and make sure they do a good sales pitch too, all right? Thank you very much.
Our next speaker is one of our very best counselors, but he's also the president and CEO of AT&T Mobility, Ralph Delvecchio. We're happy to have Ralph here again this year to share his wisdom with the first management. Congratulations.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. How's everybody doing? Great to see the boys and Girl Scouts here this morning, right? You know, I just wanted to tell you how privileged I am and how honored I feel to be asked, like many other volunteers, to teach one of the Merit Badge classes here at Country Break. And so I will be glad to volunteer anytime, any days to teach those values. Thank you very much, and have a great day, guys.
So this is the 7th annual, and we have some people that have been here for all 7 of these. And I can't say that our next guest has been, but he's been here for a lot of them. Dr. Tom Price, our representative to the U.S. Congress, County.
Thank you, Steve, so much. Good morning. Y'all ready for a great day? I'm Tom Price. I represent the 6th District of Georgia in the United States House of Representatives, and I'm honored to join you. This is my 6th Merit Badge University of 7, and I'm so glad that I came this year. I missed last year, but before then we didn't have the Girl Scouts, so welcome to the Girl Scouts. And I didn't hear a big round of applause for KSU, Kennesaw State University, or hosting all day.
adult leaders in scouting. Rodrigo, who has worked so diligently over the last 7 years to make this happen. Thank the parents. How many of you wanted to get up at 6 o'clock or earlier on a Saturday morning? No hands, right? Thanks to the parents, but mostly thanks to the scouts. We have a son who got his Eagle Scout Award with 10 days to spare. Just maybe. And I know that sometimes it's hard. There are a lot of pressures out there. There are a lot of other things you all could be doing as opposed to scouting. But I tell you, when I see young men and women who grow up in scouts, I see leaders. I see people who will help us as a nation move forward in a very, very positive way. The things you're learning in scouting are things that will carry you on very successfully for the rest of your lifetime. So I want to, I know there are a couple of you out here who are thinking, you know, what am I doing here on the Senate? What am I trying to do to get these merit badges? Why am I sticking with it? I want to urge you to stay with it. Scouting is an incredibly important organization. It's part of the fiber and the actual being of our country. I congratulate you for your involvement, urge you to continue, and if we can ever be of any assistance, please let us know. God bless you. Go Scouts!
Thanks, Dr. Price. Next, Atlanta, over the last year, was privileged to be a new Scout executive. This is his first Merit Badge University. So I'd like me to give a good Merit Badge University welcome to Mr. Tracy Packow, the Scout executive for the Atlanta area.
Good morning, Scouts and parents and volunteers. I'd like to just have you join me in one more round of applause for Dr. Mary Roberts, the students of SIFE, the students of Free Enterprise for hosting us and making this day possible. So, how about it? You know, it's been fun. I just moved to Georgia a few months ago, but already I've had an opportunity to meet a very special person from our state. You know, there are only 4 men that are former presidents of the United States living today. And of course, one of those is Georgia's own Jimmy Carter. I had the opportunity to meet President Jimmy Carter this week, and we actually spoke about Boy Scouts. And he recalled great pride, great satisfaction. He was a Boy Scout and a Boy Scout leader. And you know, about 10 years ago, I met another former president. He's passed on now, but I had the opportunity to meet and speak with Gerald R. Ford, who became an Eagle Scout, earned over 24 merit badges, and went on to be one of the great leaders of this country. Both of those men had one thing in common, aside from being president, and that is that when they were teenagers, teen boys, they decided that they would lead and serve. And they put what they learned in scouting to great use and great benefit, not only for our nation, but for our world. Of course, President Carter is one of the greatest humanitarians of the world today, still putting his good learnings to work. Well, today may be your day. As you think about your vision for your future, maybe today's the day that you decide that you're going to lead, you're going to serve, that you're going to achieve something great for mankind, just like President Carter and President Ford did, because they used their Boy Scouting experience. Today, we're putting all this time into you so that you can make a similar decision and that you can be great. And who knows, just amongst us today, there may be a future president of the United States taking a merit badge class for you today. And you might be that young man or young lady yourself. Thanks, and I look forward to a great day of scouting.
President Ford had a couple of dozen. I guess if you have over 120, you're off to a good start. We thanked a lot of people. We have not yet thanked the Merit Badge counselors. And I'd like to take the opportunity now to thank our counselors. We have counselors that have been here the whole 7 times we've done this. We've had counselors that volunteered at the last minute this time. And we threw them a curve. Well, not we. The Boy Scouts of America threw them a curve this year and said, you need to take your protection training if you haven't already had it. And I'd like to thank all of our counselors for taking that extra step to go through that additional training in addition to the time you spend carrying and teaching the merit badge. So thanks, guys. We have nurses teaching first aid, we have master plumbers, we have helicopter pilots, jumbo jet pilots, we have electricians, professional photographers, we have specialists in every field teaching in merit badges. So guys, take advantage of it, learn what you can, ask all the questions you can. This is a great opportunity to decide if this is something you might be interested in as a career or just as a hobby for the rest of your life.
SIFE is Science for Students in Free Enterprise, and what we like to do is we basically use our business concepts to help, make leaders better, or should we say, enhance them to have the tools to make better leaders. And that's why we joined with the Boy Scouts, because they're the perfect example of making young leaders greater leaders. And one of the things we do is we teach them, American business, we teach them math, different concepts that we learn in the classroom as university students. And also we provide them with the university setting, because right now they don't have a place to go to accommodate all these people, to go ahead and to learn and to be able to sit in a classroom and have this setting and all of them together as one. Whereas this is part of the reason we do it in terms of raising funds, so they can one day have their building to have their jamborees and whatever else and so forth like that.
What do you think is the advantage of going, let's say you shop at Walmart, what do you think is the advantage of buying Sam's Club as opposed to buying Ben and Jerry's? What do you
Y'all learned today so far?
Something about money.
What about money?
When you invest money, you get more money.
We're selling muffins for $2 each or 10 for a pack, which is 6 muffins.
Not trying to sell them any cheaper than that?
No, not much.
What about for me? Maybe. What are y'all trying to raise money for here?
We're trying to get a merit badge,
Get a merit
which is
badge.
salesmanship.
I'm actually part of a group. We're teaching money sense, trying to let them know all about debit cards, credit cards, cash, investments, trying to help them save their money.
They've been teaching us about what credit and debit and how if you pay cash, you if you pay with cash, you you don't have to pay interest and things like that.
What we're doing here, we're trying to figure out how you can remove oil from water in an easy way, and we haven't found a way to do it.
Haven't figured it out yet?
No.
Pretty tough?
Yes.
Talking about the oil spill over there?
Yes.
What are they doing over there with the, looks like little glasses, and they got some aluminum foil around them. What's that over there?
We're trying to see what happens when deforestation happens. So on Earth number 1, we have trees, and Earth number 2, we just have sand, and we're trying to see what the heat difference is, temperature difference.